want to host? No? Howdy, everyone.
What do you mean? Howdy, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite, hopefully your favorite podcast, For The Record. I am your host, Sebastian Miquilarena.
And I'm your other host, your future favorite pop star, Landyn Zane. All right. Got anything else? I can just dive in where we left off with the cliffhanger.
You gotta go with the cliffhanger, bro. You can't leave him waiting.
So, okay, where did we leave off? So,
God, this hot chocolate.
I'll fill you in if you missed it. Excuse the orgasm over there.
Sorry, it's really good hot chocolate.
So, if to fill you in, to summarize it very quickly, I was flying back to Iowa. I flew out of Burbank, and I was sitting there, waiting to board my flight, and I look up, and there's these two people, and I look at them, and I'm like, these two look a lot like the two members of Magdalena Bay, one of my favorite bands, and they just put an album out, Imaginal Disc, it's fucking fire. It's like, wow, they look a lot like them.
You know what else is out? Black Coffee. Should have been streaming that if you haven't already. All right, continue.
That was unprompted. I like that. But so I look at them. I'm like, wow, they look a lot like the two members of Magdalena Bay. And I just like, okay. And I look at them again. And eventually I'm like, okay, hold the fuck on. I Google it and I look at them. I look at the photo. I look at them. I look at the photo. And I'm like, oh, no, that's them. So I had never really, I said this last episode, but like, it's the only time in my life I've like in public just been around a celebrity I admire. They're not even like, they're not that famous, but they're so fucking talented in music. Yeah. Like, it was really cool. And so I was waiting to board my flight. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was doing that thing of like, I'll never see him again. I might as well when I'm in the music industry. Mm-hmm. So I probably will eventually run across them, hopefully. Dude, this goes south real quick. So,
all right. I'm strapped in.
I thought you were going to say strapped on.
No, that's why I finished my sentence. I wasn't going to leave it with just strapped.
So I'm like, fuck it. I'm never going to see him again. They were at a different terminal. They were at like, I was waiting for this one and the one over here. That died. That's fine. The one over here, they were standing at waiting like against the wall. I was like, oh, so they're getting on a different flight. I'm fine. I was like, they're not going where I'm going. I was like, they're definitely, worst case, they're definitely not going to Iowa. Like, there's no way they're going to
feel so sorry for them if they had to go to Iowa.
There's no way they're going to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, is what I was saying in my head. So I was like, I'm good. I'll go up to them. I walk up, and I'm fucking nervous. Because I'm like, most people, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But they're so talented. So I was like, it's intimidating. So I go up, and I'm like, hey, guys. Like, fucking every bit of confidence I've ever had, gone. How y'all doing? I'm Landyn. I'm an artist. I like your music. You're big inspiration. I gotta go. Like, it was bad. It wasn't that awkward, but it was close. And they were like, but they were super cool. They were like, oh, yeah, that's what's up. And then they were like, yeah, fuck yeah. Super nice. It was like, all right, I gotta go. I was like, immediately in my head, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I already embarrassed myself. I gotta go. Jump into the plane engine.
I embarrassed the fuck out of myself when I met Kevin Smith.
Like,
because I interviewed him.
You've told me that story. That's not as bad. We'll get that.
It's a little embarrassing. I'm not going to tell it. I'm just saying that, like, I've been there.
So I'm like, immediately, but then I'm like, all right, I got to catch my flight because my flight was boarding. Because that was when I knew, like, I have an excuse immediately. Like, I have to go. I'm like, okay, they're over here. I can go get on my flight. I'm good. Grab my shit. Get on the flight. And Burbank boards outside.
Okay.
They board, like,
Is it like in a hangar? Is it one of those?
I'm not in the fucking Air Force.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what those fucking small airports are like.
No, you just get up, and there's like a ramp you walk up. And you get on the plane. I'm like, I'm good. I text you, and I text my mom. I was like, they were so nice. It was so cool. It was like, and it was one of those things of like, I was doing okay at that point. So I was like, this is a sign from the universe. Shit's gone wrong since. But I was like, so excited. I was also like, I did kind of embarrass myself, so I was like, whatever. I was in my head. It probably wasn't as bad as I thought. Mm-hmm. That's probably a big example. It was like, they don't remember it, and it probably wasn't nearly as bad as it looked.
They probably had more embarrassing people.
Yeah. It was like, it definitely wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
It's always worse for the person experiencing it than the artist, because the artist is like, I see this shit all the time. But you overthink it, and you overthink like, fuck. Like, Kevin Smith doesn't fucking remember who the fuck I am, but I'm like, damn, I embarrassed myself.
So I was texting you, and I'm getting on the plane, and I'm looking. I turn and look at the door because the other plane was boarding. I was like, I wonder if they're on this flight. And I look over. I'm like, I don't see them. And I turn and look at the door I came out of, and they're getting on my flight. I'm like, fuck. My first flight to Phoenix. I was like, fuck me. I was like, they're on my flight. It's like, God damn it. Okay. I was like, the odds I sit next to them, 0. I was like, I'll be fine. Get on the plane. I don't sit. They're fucking up there. I'm fine. But I'm in my head the whole flight of like, did they look back at me? Did they see me? Does it think I'm dumb? Like, I was spiraling in my head. And I started fucking falling asleep. You know this isn't even like famous. This is just one of those awkward moments, or you think is awkward. You know when like you're staring into space, or you look at somebody just randomly, and they look at you and you lock eyes?
Yes, dude. It's like a fucking Matrix moment.
So
it's like
awkward.
they won't notice you.
Yeah.
Until you have that moment where you like lock on randomly, and then they're like, "Wait, someone's looking at me."
I know.
It's
and
so
I was
weird.
falling asleep, like as the plane was getting ready to take off, and I was like, randomly opened my eyes. I fucking lock eyes with one of them, because one of them was like turning back, looking around. Literally in that moment, lock eyes with them. Immediately they pull back. I was like, fucking shoot me.
So they were staring at you.
No, I don't know. But like
you
they were
open
looking,
your eyes
they
to
were
them
they
looking
weren't
at
looking
you.
at me. They clearly seemed like they were looking around. Lock eyes with one of them. I'm like, I literally wanted to be like to the person sitting next to me, hey, can you just take me out? Because it was bad. At that point, I was like, I just need to sleep. I downloaded some albums. I was like, I'll listen to this stuff, some David Bowie, some shit like that. It's like, I'll sleep. It's fine. Slept through the flight. I was like, the good thing is, we get off this flight. They're like, I would put money down there not going to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, because they're a touring band. They're big, successful. I was like, they're not going to Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
No way they were.
So the flight lands in Phoenix. And like I had I got to pee. Haul ass.
Really? You don't? I've
bathroom.
never known you to have to pee.
Haul
So urgent.
haul ass to the airport, or to the out of the fucking plane to the bathroom. Pee, do my thing. My gate's a few down from the one on my first flight. I get there and I'm like trying to check in on my phone, and it doesn't let me. It's Fine American. It wouldn't let me. It says, see gate agent. It's like, okay. I have no seat. Go to the gate, talk to the lady. She is in the weeds. This poor lady. I go up. I'm like, hi. It said to come see you. I have no seat. She was fucking. So here's like immediately. She's fucking all over the place. Okay, here's the deal. So this flight is overbooked. So actually, I can't technically reassign you a seat until I get the manager up here, and the manager will help you reassign you a seat because there's too many people on this flight, and we don't know if we're gonna be able to take off. We're overweight. Fucking. And she was just. I was like, lady. Okay. I'll get the fuck out of the way. And she looked like she was about to fucking, like, bomb the airport. I was like, dude, I'll get out of the way. I was like, okay, I'll wait. Step to the side. Was waiting. I was like, okay, I'll probably be fine. She goes over the thing. Oh, but I asked her, I said, so what happens if, I said, what happens? I don't have a seat. She goes, I can't reassign you a seat. She was like, and if you don't have a seat, then you can't get on the plane. I was like, I don't have a seat. So she's just like, if that happens, then you're just not on the plane. But I was literally like, I'm going to miss a funeral if I'm not on this plane. It's like, fuck. And I just got out of the way. I was like, see what you can do.
You didn't
Let the
tell her
manager-
that?
I did.
Okay.
Told her that, got out of the way. Immediately, she was, with her fucking, like the,
Yeah.
So, excuse me, everybody. So, this flight is overbooked. So, I'm going to need, if we have any volunteers, we need a few people to willingly give their seats up and fly out of Phoenix. It's 6:30 at night in Phoenix. We can get you on the next connecting flight to Cedar Rapids at 7 p.m. tomorrow. 24 hours.
Wow.
We'll give you a $1,100 flight credit and hotel and a food ticket. We'll take any volunteers because this plane can't take off because we're oversold. I'll take any volunteers. Just come up. Click. Not one fucking soul moves.
$1,100 is just not enough to make a whole day, bro.
And I'm like, I sit there. I text my mom. I'm like, I ain't making it. I'm like, I'm going to be in Phoenix till tomorrow night. I was like, fuck. It was like, I'm going to miss a funeral, spiraling, already in my head from like, saw Magdalena Bay, embarrassed myself in my head. Now I'm going to miss a funeral. I'm going to be in Phoenix for 24 hours. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Sounds like Home Alone 2.
Everything. I was spiraling out of my mind. And the way the manager shows up, and she's this fucking bitchy blonde woman. How can I help you, sweetie? I'm like, oh, I wanted to punch her, but she was my only hope. So I was like, lady, you're a fucking bitch, but I need you right now. So, and I told her, I was like, and I was literally like about to start crying. I was like, I'm going to miss a funeral. And she's like, I'll see what I can do for you. See what we can get you on. And she does the thing. So we need people to not give up their tickets to fly out tomorrow. Nothing. I'm getting fucking nothing. And there were other people without seats. But I was like, I'm like, I'll fucking tackle these people. I'll assault the bitch if it means I get on this plane and they don't. Yeah. She's like, I'll get you the first ticket. If we get one, I'll get you on. And I'm in line, borderline about to cry. Like, literally tearing up.
Damn.
Like, and the thing about, I don't cry well. I don't look, you know how they're pretty criers? I'm not that. I'm the opposite of that.
Yeah.
So, I'm about to fucking cry. And I'm like, there's one consolation. I'm like, you know what? Thank God Magdalena Bay aren't here. Because if they're going to see me, I already embarrassed myself. Thank God they're not here, because then they'd see me crying too. It's like, ooh, I'm good. I turn around.
No fucking way.
They're right there looking at me.
No way.
I literally wanted to be like, do you have any cyanide pills I can take? Like, they were right there, getting on the same flight. I wanted to die. And then I was just like in the weeds of like they're right there. I've already fully embarrassed myself. And then I did the thing of like, I'm crying, like almost crying. And I look at them and I'm like, fuck. And I turn. And then I know they saw me do that. Yeah. So I feel even more awkward. And I'm going to miss the flight. I'm going to miss the funeral. Like, I lost it. It was not good. So I talked to I like stepped aside again. The lady was like, and they kept going on. So we're offering $1,500 for in a travel credit, and you can use it for anniversary, for Christmas, for the holidays coming, and a hotel and transportation and a food credit if you want to give up your flight. Nothing.
Damn, bro. No, I would have milked that. I would have milked that till 25.
They keep doing it.
Would have milked it at 25.
I'm like, and my mom's calling me. My mom gives me I text my mom. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And my mom calls me. She literally, one of the most unhelpful phone calls I've ever had in my life. My mom calls me. She goes,
yep.
I said, they overbooked the flight. And my mom was like, well, that's their problem. She said, did you tell me you have to get to a funeral? I was like, yeah, Mom. I told them I have to get to a funeral. And she's like, well, they overbooked it. That's their problem. Tell them that you need a seat. I was like, Mom, what the fuck does that help me? I was like, she was like, well, that's their problem. They need to figure it out and get you a seat. I literally wanted to hang up. I was like, that you couldn't have told me something less helpful. She literally could have been like, yeah, steal the plane. I'd be like, oh yeah, I could figure that out. Nothing. I'm like, yeah, okay, I feel fucking worse. Hang up the phone, still crying. Look over again, they're still standing.
No way.
They're because this is their flight. I fully realized they're probably getting on this plane. They're standing right the fuck there. I'm like, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it. I'm losing it. They're fucking, and then it's like the people, like, you know how there's the gate agents, but then there's the people that like help board the plane.
Yeah, you mean the ones that stand there?
Yeah. So they show up because the plane's delayed because it's oversold, so they have to figure everything out. So they show up and they're like, all right, we're gonna start boarding the plane. And I go talk to the first lady who was frazzled, but she was a bit nicer. I talked to her and she's like, so So it's still oversold. One person gave their flight up. So the people started going up and being like, worst case, I'll do it. The number got pushed to 1,800, I think.
Bro, I would have milked it till it's 25. And then I would have been like, fine, I'll miss my flight.
But they started to be like, as the plane was about to board, they would be like, if nobody does this, we're not going anywhere. Yeah. So people started to make their way up, but I was like, I felt like I was at fucking D-Day. Like, everything was going wrong. So I wasn't fucking paying attention. I saw people go up, I might do it. Oh, I get this. Can I get this, that, and the other? So I've seen one person. I know for sure one person's given up their seat. One of the ladies said we need 3. And then the plane can take off. So that's still doesn't, that I don't know if that means I get a seat.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm fucking in the weeds, man. And then those 2 ladies could show up, like the gay ladies, and they start boarding. They're like, this flight needs to take off. There's a flight after this. There are other people there that are for the flight after this flight. Like, we need to start taking off. They start boarding people, and I asked the lady, she's like, if we have a seat for you, you'll board. You will be the last person to board, if they have room. And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck me. I literally stood against the wall, and I was like leaning against the wall, like on my phone. My mom's texting me, did they figure it out? I'm like, I don't fucking know. So like, I was like,
they have not.
I literally told her, I was like, we'll see. It's like, this is not a helpful conversation. I was so like anxiety, about to fucking burst into tears. My mom was giving me the least helpful shit. So they start boarding. They're on my flight. So they're getting on, scanning the tickets. They're doing everything, and they're talking. Oh, before he goes up, one of the guys, or the guy, it's a guy and a girl. Guy goes up, boop. This kid's ass, he's like, I got a plane ticket, right? She's like, oh, yeah, you're good, sir. He goes, okay, good. Goes back. That was it. I didn't look. He looked at me once, and I just went like this. He was like, don't look at me. I'm crying. Like bombing. And so they're boarding now. People are getting on. It's whatever. And then I see them start to board. And I'm like, fuck. And you know the thing when you're in public and you want to act like you're busy, so you just pull your phone out and look through your calendar?
Yeah.
You look at the weather? I start doing that. And I was like, don't look at me. I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am. Magdalena Schmay. Who, what, where, when. I'm fine. Like, not looking at him, not making eye contact, never met him. Don't know the man or woman. Either of them. They get on. And I was like, this very well be one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me. It's not. It's up there. But I was like, I truly, like, this is awful. Everyone boards. Lady looks at me. One of the gay ladies that wasn't the manager, the lady, I went up there and she was up there, the short little old black lady with some like the round glasses. I'd seen her before because I've connected through Phoenix before. Mm-hmm. I've seen her before. Sweet old lady. She goes, I got your ticket, sweetheart. I was like, oh my God, I want to kiss you. She's like, and she like didn't scan it. Or she's like, come on, let me see your ID. She's like, I think you're going to be okay. I was like, oh, I literally almost started crying again. She's like, okay, thank God. Everyone boards, and I'm just waiting. And it's still like, don't know if I'm getting on. And they board the last people, and then they start doing is Mike Johnson here? Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mike Johnson, he's not here. Give me the ticket. Everyone boards. Every name they call shows up. I'm like, I'm not making it.
Yeah.
Why? Everyone boards. She holds the ticket up. She goes, I got your ticket, sweetie. I was like, woo! Got on the plane. I was like, fuck. Then immediately I was like, thank you so much. But they were like, you need to get the fuck on the plane. They're like, we're late. We got to go.
Yeah.
Scan the ticket. Hand me my shit. I get on the plane. The second I start walking towards the seat, I was like, I have to walk by them. I was like, can I not go?
I thought you were about to say something like, my seat was next to them.
So.
No way!
So.
No way you're about to tell me this.
So. I get on the plane. And they're like, it was just an empty seat. They're like, I got whatever. I got like seat 7C.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you got the front of the plane. That's pretty nice.
I was like, that's pretty
nice. You got the front of the plane.
Get on. I take my shit, but they were literally boarding the plane, and like, you know, a normal size suitcase carry-on that you have to put above. They were literally asking these people. They're like, "You think you can fit this under the front seat in front of you, right?" And the people were like, and there were a lot of people like, "No, I don't think so." And the employees were like,
we think so.
Let's try.
We think so.
Like literally, like, let's try. If it doesn't work, we'll make it work. So I was like, this plane is going to be overweight.
Yeah.
Like, and because there were literally like suitcases like this big, they were like, let's fit it under the seat. It's like, we're going to die. But at that point, if I get on the plane, wonderful. So I get on, put my suitcase up. There's enough room. I put something up. But I think what happened is there was a ton of overhead storage because I think everyone got on and was like, fuck, we have to fit everything under the seat. So I get on and I have a ton of room. Get up, put my thing in.
No one was putting this stuff above?
Everyone was still getting on. So I think they all were like, we have to make sure there's room.
Oh.
So I think when the flight fully boarded, people started moving stuff.
Okay.
But so I, make sure. So I board. Get on flight. I'm seat like 7C. I'm up there. I'm walking.
Whoa.
I'm walking up. My seat. I got an aisle seat because it's a small plane. Because planes aren't very big that fly to Cedar Rapids. Just because it's the smallest airport I've ever been to. It's tiny. It's like 6 gates. Wow. But I put your microphone to the mouth to the microphone.
It was one reaction.
No clips. So I get on the plane, sit down. Put the thing up, and I'd already seen him. So I'm sitting 7C. Up one row. Literally the row right in front of me. These seats to my left.
So they can see you.
Yeah.
You can see them.
Literally, like, at least if they were in front of me,
yeah, you would be.
I'd be like, they're not going to turn around and be like, what the fuck is this loser doing? They're right here.
Wow.
Right, and not one up there. You go up a row. They're right there.
Wow.
And so if they turn around at all, they see me.
Yep.
I wanted to jump. I wanted to take off, open the fucking door, and jump out. Like, it was like first flight, maybe I would have talked to him a little bit. Now, at this point, you couldn't pay me. But the issue is now, I'm so fucking... the past 2 hours has not been good for Landyn.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking anxiety riddled that the entire flight, I was like, do they think I'm copying them? I'm listening to music and they're listening to music. Do they think I'm listening to music because they're listening to music?
Come on. There's no way you were worrying about that shit.
It was bad. Like, I was reading a book. I got out some poetry and was reading some Emily Dickinson, as you do. And I was like, one of them is reading a book. Do they think I'm reading a book because they're reading a book because I told them I was an artist? So do they think I'm reading a book because they're reading a book because I want to look sophisticated because I told them I was an artist and they're artists and they knew who I... It was so bad. The whole flight. And then I was like, you know what? Stop reading. It's like, I just need to get out of my own head, listen to music. And I like put my headphones on, my Bluetooth over the ears, and I'm like, I'm not having a good night. So the thing I was is like, I'll listen to the fucking music, like listen to some 80s music, listen to the classics so I could just like, the music I know, so I can just have something calming. Throw some Billy Joel on. But then I was like, oh boy. So now I was still in my head of like, do I do the thing that I always do when I listen to music? Like, I play instruments, I'm listening to Billy Joel or Elton John. I generally know the rhythm and the general idea of how you could play that.
Yeah.
And certain songs I know how to play. Do I do that? Because I'm sitting there fucking, and I'll go with it. I'm fucking.
I do that in the car, and I always wonder if people see me because I'm like hitting the drums to everything. I'm screaming the lyrics. I'm like, if someone looks over right now, I'm playing an instrument.
It's bad, and I'm screaming. Normally, I don't care if I'm on a plane. I'm not singing, but I'm fucking doo-doo. I don't care normally, but I'm like, I told them I was a musician. I know they're musicians. They know I know who they are.
True.
And I was already I was so far gone at this point. I was like 6-7 steps deep of fucking like paranoia. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. So the whole time I was fucking, come out, Virginia. Don't let me wait. Fucking like going for it. And that was the flight. Like the whole time. Literally flight from the moment the flight took off to the second I got out of that plane. I was like, they hate me.
All right, answer me this one question.
I'm not done.
Do you just answer me this one question? Do you think a single second of that fucking flight
They thought of me?
they even thought about you?
No. Maybe once. Maybe once of like, oh yeah, that's the jerk off that fucking talked to us a bunch and embarrassed himself and was crying like a bitch.
Why would they think you're a jerk off?
I don't know. Anxiety. I was spiraling. There. Common logic.
But it didn't happen, did
any
it?
logic,
So you're fine.
knowledge, any of it, out the window. At that point, I was fucking like, it was bad. So I do that the rest of the flight. Certain songs, I'm like, I won't play this one because maybe they know this one. They can't fucking like. It was bad.
Yeah.
We land, and I'm like, I'm in Iowa. So at this point, I'm like, I got to get the fuck off this flight. Oh, I was doing the. You want to know how bad it was? Actually, I was like, this is bad. On the plane, I was like, what if they're going to the same funeral?
Oh my God.
It was that bad, dude. I was like,
they know your family.
I was like, what if
They know.
What if,
They know
what if I'm
somebody you know is
yeah,
related.
it was bad. I was like, what if I'm secretly related to them from some side of the family I don't know about?
Oh my God,
it was
Landyn.
so bad. It was that
Jesus,
bad.
fuck.
So
Are you fucking crying right now? Laughing?
I'm laughing. Yeah, it was so embarrassing. Like,
God.
I wish I wasn't like this. But so the plane lands, and at this point, I'm like, my mom's coming to get me. I was like, just get me the fuck off this plane. I was like, I've had a night, and it was like also just a long day. Like between the time difference in Iowa, it was 1 a.m. I had been traveling for like 7-8 hours.
Real.
So I got off the plane, and they made me check my bag at Burbank because the first plane was too small. They're like, well, check your bag. Oh, that's what it was. I only had my backpack on the second flight. I didn't even have to put anything above. So they checked my bag in Burbank, and I'm like, I have to go fucking get to baggage claim. I'm like, great, okay, whatever. My mom's hasn't left the house yet. It's 1 a.m. It's like, I'm fine. Sitting there waiting, and there's no, like, it doesn't say which flight, which, like, thing is going to come out with my bag. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But like the gates haven't. It doesn't say which one that the Phoenix flight is gonna come out with my baggage. So I'm sitting there waiting. Yeah. I didn't even think. Didn't cross my mind. They're musicians, and they have a lot of gear.
They're gonna be a baggage claim.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I see them fucking strolling over. Don't look at them. I'm listening to fucking George Michael. I'm like, I don't know you. You don't know me.
You should have been playing their music and like singing along.
No. I was like, dude, like I would have jumped into the baggage claim and gone on the other side. Like, put me on a plane. I don't look at them. Nothing. And we're waiting for baggage. Finally, they're like, Phoenix. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm like, get me the fuck out. Get me the fuck out of here. Like, my mom's on the way. I'll fucking walk home. I need to leave. I'm tired. Just kind of chalk this one up to a bad day.
Yeah.
So they finally are like, Phoenix. And so I walk over, and they're there. They have like a baggage cart because apparently they got a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah. Apparently, they're musicians.
Well, I didn't know.
You just said it yourself.
I thought they were going to the same funeral I was. So,
Oh my God.
So I didn't know. I didn't know if they were going to fucking be playing Star Spangled Banner at the funeral before everything started. Couldn't tell you. But, so
They sing Amazing Grace at the funeral.
Yeah, I couldn't have fucking told you. I'm waiting a baggage claim. My bags don't come out, but I start seeing, have you ever seen like a hard shell case for an instrument?
No.
They're pretty big. And they're
like a big ass guitar case. Yeah, I've seen those.
And they're really like, if they're heavy duty, they're super thick and they're filled with foam.
Yeah.
So they're really heavy. I see a few of them start coming out, and they've got their fucking baggage cart. I'm like, the plane was overweight because of them.
No way.
I'm assuming. Because the shit keeps coming out. And I'm like waiting for my bag. I'm like, you know what? I'm still in my head at this point. I'm like, you know what? They already hate me. I'll say something else to them. I'll give it one more shot. Try again. This is the one that I'm pretty sure didn't go that bad.
Okay.
But at this point, I probably, like, if you were like, this was the worst, they said this is the worst social interaction they've ever had in their lives, I'd believe you. So I take my headphones off. I'm waiting for my bag.
Still overthinking this.
One of them, and they have like a third guy with them. It's the two of them and a third guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked the guy, because he's sitting, I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing in Cedar Rapids, Iowa? Pretty casual, because I genuinely I wanted them to be like, yeah, we're doing a funeral.
Yeah, we're actually going to this one family member's funeral. We're going to sing a great song for her.
I just asked them. I was like, that's a little personal if it is a personal thing they're traveling for. But they've got gear. There's 3 of them. I don't think
they're doing a show.
So the guy goes, oh yeah, we're performing at we're doing a show because it was homecoming week for the University of Iowa. He goes, oh yeah, we're doing a homecoming show tomorrow night at the University of Iowa. I was like, oh yeah, no shit. I just go, oh yeah, that's where I dropped out of. I was to make music instead, and I get silence.
Oh my god.
He goes, oh yeah, that's cool. And I was like,
why would you say that?
I don't know.
Why would you say that? You gotta say you're still in school studying hard.
Well, I already told him I was a musician. That's the set. He was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Like, yeah, good for you. I was like, all right, I got to go. I was like, good luck with the show. My suitcase comes out. It's the fastest. I'm like, dude, gone. I got the fuck out. No, good luck with I wanted to be like, good luck with the show. But I was like, no, I got to get the fuck out of here. I get in the car. I'm like, my mom was like, how you doing? I was like, that was probably the worst flight of my life.
How you doing? Just don't say anything the whole fucking
I told her, I was like, I don't think that could have gone worse. At least in my head. In terms of...
I think it's all in your head.
In reality, it probably wasn't that bad. Maybe a little awkward, but whatever. In my head, that was
you were going through
the worst thing that's ever happened. And you called me right as I got in the car.
I do remember that.
Because you were in you were coming back from Carlsbad.
Yeah.
You were like, I got all these stories. I was like, dude, my mom just picked me up.
I also needed somebody to talk to because I was falling the fuck asleep.
Yeah. And I was like, let me call you in 20 minutes. I got to bitch and cry to my mom.
I was like, I need to be awake right now. I'm dying.
So I told my mom everything. Oh my God. It was... Yeah. That's one of those stories of like... I'm on both sides of like, if I ever meet them again, as peers.
That one, they probably would remember you.
Dude,
genuinely, like, I don't even mean in a bad way of like, oh, that was the most embarrassing thing ever, but like with the amount of interactions and events that happened throughout that entire experience, and they probably are going to remember how shitty that layover was and how it got delayed and all that, and how it was probably their fault that the plane was overweight. Like, if they ever saw you again, they definitely would be like, oh, you're that fucking crybaby bitch from me.
I hope
they wouldn't say that, but they would probably remember you.
Forget my name. I hope they don't remember me. But then part of me is like, if I ever see them again as
At least you didn't advertise yourself and say, hey, listen to my new single, I Black Coffee.
Did.
No way.
No, I didn't.
The fact you thought about that. That's like the one thing you don't promote yourself to fucking artists.
I know.
They don't give a shit.
I'm aware of that at that level. Yeah. So like,
it's the wrong people to promote it to.
I knew at that point, I was like, if I could do is cast a spell that you forget who I am, I will. But when I first met them, I kind of wanted to be like, this is my music, but I didn't. Because I was like, not a good idea. But part of me is like on both sides of like, if I ever meet them again as peers, if I'm a successful musician,
there you go.
When, like, if we ever come across each other again, do I remind them of what happened?
No.
Yeah, I think
you
I'm on that
act like
side.
It's your first time. Hi, my name is Landyn Zane. And if they hit you with, oh shit.
Yeah.
You're that guy from the airport. Then you'll be like, oh shit, that's right. And then you act like you don't remember and that they just reminded you. But you never hit them with, hi, my name is Landyn Zane. You guys remember that one time at the airport when you were on a layover to Iowa?
Yeah, one time you watched me have a mental breakdown.
You act as if it's the first time you've ever met them in your life.
Part of me wants to be like, it's this funny story, but
No.
yeah, I think I just forget it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one time.
It's one of two things that could happen. They either remember, and they're like, oh shit.
Or like, I forgot about this fucking idiot.
They'd be like, oh shit, wait, the guy from the airport, and then you, like I said, you hit him with, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Or you guys become like more like peers or even friends, and then later down the road, it was so funny enough, guys, we actually met before the first time we met.
Dude,
that's that's like two options that you bring that up. Other than that shit happened.
Yeah.
And like Vegas, whatever stays in Vegas, or whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You don't talk about that.
It's definitely like if I immediately meet them and like, oh yeah, we met, and tell them about that, and they remember, they're like, oh yeah, this guy's fucking crazy.
No, yeah. You don't. They have to remind you that they know you. You don't remind them.
I don't. I would like, if I could forget it, I would. So, that being said, I'm clipping this. But, so if it comes across the table, call me. But, that being said, I kind of hope it doesn't.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna happen. Not necessarily.
Yeah, honest to God, that being my first interaction with any like celebrities or like musicians I admired, that being the first one I've ever had, not a good start.
No, they're not all great, man.
Not a good start.
They're not all great. When I met Soups for the first time, I had just gone through a fucking breakup, dude. I was the most depressed motherfucker at Disney. Yeah, I was crying and zoning out. I was literally feeling so empty that I didn't feel like myself at Disney. There's not been, since that day, there's not been a single time that I've gone to Disney and I'm not like, damn, this is genuinely the happiest place. Like, you just feel so happy there. I was so fucking down in the dumps. My eyes are sunk and shit. I still met that motherfucker and I was like, oh, big fan, conversated. It's never going to be you can't prepare for meeting somebody unless you know them, unless it's a date and you prepare like, oh, we're going to go at a specific time. Meeting somebody famous is 99% of the time going to be something that happens randomly.
Unless you're famous.
Or you're Kevin McCarthy and you interview everybody because your questions are fucking incredible.
Yeah.
That is genuinely like my dream interviewer one day. I want to be interviewed by Kevin McCarthy. I fucking love that guy.
If it was like if I met like Maddie Healy or Elton John and it went like that, I genuinely think I might quit music. Like if I met Elton John and it went that bad, I probably would quit music. I just like, what?
I don't know. I don't know if I could ever let anything like that make me quit. Like, even if I
don't think I would.
Even if I ran into Jim Carrey, Andrew Garfield, or my favorite actors, and I had a shitty experience like that, I would just be like, damn, that sucked. I hope I get to meet them again and in other circumstances. But I wouldn't be like, I'm never doing acting again.
Dude,
I'm quitting acting right now. Call my manager, my agent. I'm done. You're not repping me no more because of... No. Like, that's... No.
Dude,
absolutely not. I stop when I'm dead.
It was bad, though.
I stop when I'm dead.
No matter what, it didn't go well. No matter what happened in my head, in reality, that interaction was not a net positive for me. So, I'm gonna forget this happened.
Forget what?
Exactly. So, oh my God, my flight home, my ears.
You forgot.
Oh my God. That was what you were, okay.
Did it flash in your face?
Yeah, but pretty slowly. It was like,
oh, fuck. It's hard, bro. This new update is fucking annoying. Oh, it's still on.
You're like an old guy. Fucking, have you seen the old people with the flashlight on in their back pocket?
There. I didn't click the button when I first. I was doing like
my flight home. My flight home, my ears, my allergies were the worst they've ever been in Iowa. Like, not kidding. Like, I was so congested. My head felt so full.
Welcome to my world.
So I got on my plane. I got on the first flight. I connected through Dallas. Because that's when we almost...
Yeah.
Like, if my flight would have been a half hour later, I would have seen you.
I don't know, because I...
Oh, like, open the door!
Yeah, getting out of that shit sucked.
So. But
Well, that was from Vegas though, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh yeah. So I
was just dealing with a delayed ass fucking flight from Dallas.
Fuck. If we would have gotten in on time, then yeah, we would have seen each other. The first flight takes off from Cedar Rapids to Dallas. My ears pop the first flight, but then they are half popped. So I'm blowing my nose, doing every trick, chewing gum, can't get it to pop. And it's I've never felt it before. It literally felt like someone was inside my skull, punching the inside of my skull. Like
what's her face?
Sandra Nova?
Yeah, Sandra Nova just and you're
I've never felt it. Literally felt like my head was gonna pop, from the boys. It was so bad. And I literally put this thing down. It was holding my head. I had to have looked like a fucking drug addict. It hurt. It hurt so bad. I seriously was tearing up from the pain. It hurt so bad. And finally, I literally was sat there and fucking blow as hard as I can.
I will pass the fuck out if I do that shit.
Yeah, seriously, I was very lightheaded, about to pass out. My ears pop, and I don't mean pop. It literally sounds like someone fucking shot a gun out of my ear.
Oh wow.
All the pressure lets out. I was I'm good. Half hour later, it built up again.
Damn.
But then the flight landed, and I was I'm good. My ears have popped. It's not that bad. I'll pop them when I land. Get to my connecting flight. Go sit down. I'm hungry as shit and poor, so I'm eating my Biscoff cookies.
Oh, so good.
Sit there.
Except on Spirit, you have to pay for them.
I try to pop my ears repeatedly, and I'm getting wicked vertigo. Literally, I'll do it, and the whole fucking
room. Vertical?
Wicked. The whole room spins every time I do it, and they won't pop. It's they'll hiss nothing. And I'm it's just not gonna happen.
I'm listening. I just really have to try to pop my back. So you keep talking.
You're 90.
I have, That's not working. But continue. Just keep going.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Everything's normal.
Yeah.
Get on the second flight, and my ears won't pop. And the pressure builds. It doesn't hurt as bad as the first flight, but I can't get my ears to pop. It's been a week and a half.
Still hasn't?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I've taken, other than Benadryl, which I'm just not buying right now because it's expensive and I'm poor. I've taken allergy medicine, decongestant medicine. I've chewed 4 or 5 pieces of gum at the same time to pop my ears. Every trick, hanging upside down to warm this, a cold that, a blow this way, a do this, a try this when you swallow this way. Nothing.
Damn, bro.
And I made a doctor's appointment where there's a thing, they'll stick a balloon up your nose, and they'll go, and it will come, and they'll slowly inflate it, and it will open your ear, whatever, middle ear part, and release the pressure. My appointment was at 10:45 yesterday morning. I slept through it.
Jesus.
So I'm at the point where, if I even,
that one's on you.
I can feel it, pop-ish, they're still full. I've gotten used to it.
It's not something you want to get used to, get it figured out.
If they don't, the thing is, I'm definitely, I need to try Benadryl, but I'm not going to fucking wake up in the morning and fucking pop a Benadryl. I'm going to be...
Yeah, that's going to take you out right away.
I need to get some Benadryl when I get paid again. But, I'll leave again in a few weeks. So, it's not going to get better on another flight if it's not fixed.
That's fair.
So I need to figure something out sooner rather than later. Because my dad called me on the walk. I walked to the airport. When I got back to Burbank, I just walked home. There was literally a point where I'm I seriously cannot hear you. There was traffic around too, but I was my ears are literally so full, I really don't know what you're saying to me.
Wow.
And then I was and you look like there's no situation in which you pop your ears which you look normal. Because you're fucking...
Yeah. For me, it's the thing that happens to me a lot.
Fucking crackhead.
Yeah. For me, it's not my ears get clogged a lot, but it's the thing where it's partially part of my sinus issue too. But I don't know if it's so open or it's so clogged, but like I can hear myself. Like every time I talk, if I open my mouth at a certain way, I can like hear the echo in my ear. Yeah. And that's what happens to me when I'm super congested. I fucking hate it because no matter what I'm saying, it's being immediately repeated back to me in my fucking ear, and I hate.
Yeah, this is
because it sounds like a microphone. Like it has that like 1 second the millisecond of a delay that I know what I'm saying as I'm saying it, and it's coming back to me. I'm like, fuck, this isn't a receiver.
Yeah,
and that's why I don't ever get like clogged ears as much. It's that shit, and that pisses me off.
That sounds awful. This has never happened before. My allergies have always been bad, but this has never happened before.
My allergies are terrible right now coming back from Texas. It always happens when I travel. They're so bad right now. I can't fucking breathe. My ears are clogged a little bit. I'm having that ear thing.
When I go back, it will be.
I'm like,
we'll see how my allergies are in Texas. But trying to think what else. Agatha's done.
Yeah.
I watched the one.
Pleasant surprise.
I picked you up from the airport, and originally you were like, "Don't watch it." We were gonna watch it together.
Yeah.
And then you were like, "Nah, never mind." Like I got plans.
Well, I changed the plans the day prior before even coming back.
Originally we were gonna watch it together, and then you were just like, "Just watch it." And I was already back, so I went. Oh, I went to this show I told you about. It was cool, but not my scene. Get into that more in another episode.
Okay.
You remember. But I got back and you were just like, just watch it without me. It's like, okay. This literally, as I was reading it, I was doing this, turning it on.
Nice.
I loved it.
I now like it a lot more.
So One, that Wiccan costume is so fucking cool.
I gotta say, it's pretty fucking great. And did you see the behind the scenes on how they made it?
Yeah, it has like the Vision inlay.
It has the Vision.
X-Men
it has the
logos,
runes.
It
has the runes.
Is like the X-Men logo. He's got Wanda. Like
it's pretty cool.
Fucking cool.
It's a pretty cool.
And I saw a meme that was like he warped reality and created his own costume and still put a hole in the knee.
He's that
which
emo.
Is funny.
He's that emo.
Yeah. The costume is so cool.
It really is. I really hope they don't just keep that as like little secrets in the cape. Like I hope it has some meaning because he warped it into existence. So I hope some of those runes and shit mean something on the cape.
They're not. The runes aren't on his cape. The runes are.
Well, the runes are on his costume, but I'm saying the cape had like lining from Vision and stuff like that.
That's
so
just
like,
because it's his dad.
I know, but they gotta explain somewhat. We wanted nothing to do with fucking Wanda. He's like, that's not my mother. I have a mother. So all of a sudden he's going to care about Papa Vision and create a cape after him. Like, there's got to be something. Okay.
That's fair. So I loved it. I didn't love the last few minutes because it kind of just like left it pretty open.
I think it should have been an end credit scene.
Yeah. Like if that...
Because the way that it's paced, it would have been better to literally just be like a quick little like, all right, let's go find Tommy. Boom, that's it.
Like if it ended with him sealing the thing and like the three names... Like in like fucking Mrs. Hart, blah, blah, blah. And that was it. I'd be like, okay. I get that.
Yeah.
But the way it just kind of is like...
It just kept going.
It feels like it should lead into another episode.
Yeah.
Which I get.
That's what my biggest issue with the pacing of the finale. I love that it's a two-parter, and I love everything that we got. I just think episode 8 for me was perfect from start to finish.
Yeah.
The fight is pretty underwhelming, just like I think the Wanda and Agatha fight.
I like the fight.
I think the Wanda and Agatha fight is better. I
thought the last trial was just kind of meh.
I thought that was a nice emotional build-up, though.
Yeah.
Because she mentions him, but she doesn't really talk about him that much. So I thought I liked that last trial. It was pretty quick and like I think
you're talking about Nicholas. I was like, who the fuck?
Yeah, her talking about Nicholas Scratch and growing that like. I think that fight was okay. I like the Wanda and Agatha more. But I just think the ending was so perfect. And I really don't like that they ended it with the boo and then ending episode and then they open with Agatha's backstory that lasts almost 30 fucking minutes.
That's fair.
And then you cut back. No.
But that on its own was one of the best parts of the show.
It was a great part. But then we get nothing about how the fuck she got the Darkhold. We get nothing about any of the shit prior to WandaVision, which still has not been explained of how she even got there, other than like the Agatha All Along shit during the show that she like found that shit, but like where'd she get the Darkhold from?
That's fair, but where she was in WandaVision, she shows up and tries to steal her power.
Well,
she sees all this power.
I know that, but like, how'd she find it out? How'd she find?
She's a witch. I guess she does witchy shit.
She
goes boobity boobity boo, and she finds it.
Another underwhelming thing was there's like this crazy thing that like everyone thinks Agatha sold her son, and that it was such this big thing. It was just a premature death. That's all it was.
He was supposed to be miscarried. She was supposed to have a miscarriage. She didn't.
Exactly.
She got more time. Yeah.
But that's just like.
Did you notice the detail that the second that she stopped killing witches and stopped having bodies for death to take was when he disappeared? Because he's like, I don't want to do this. He goes, we'll do it tomorrow.
Oh, I did not notice that, actually.
He goes, we'll do it tomorrow. We can get more witches. We can hunt more witches tomorrow, Mama. The second they stop doing that, and she's like, okay. That night, he's gone. Because she kept distracting death and being like, take these ones. The second they stopped, he was gone.
Oh my god, I did not think of that. That has a lot more. I still just think the pacing was what pissed me off the most.
That's fair.
Because I literally remember finishing episode 8 and being like, God damn, what an episode. How the fuck are they going to keep going?
That ending was like...
Yeah, I was like, God damn, what a fucking episode. I can't wait. And then literally, like, the beginning just starts so slow. And like, don't get me wrong, I loved getting her backstory, but I'm just like, okay.
It could have been put in better, but I do love it. Overall, great show. Lily's
fantastic show, genuine surprise.
Lily's episode is one of the best Marvel.
I think there's only
moments.
one bad episode of that whole show, and it was the 80s episode. It's not a terrible episode. It's 70s
episode. 70s episode when they're in the.
That's what I meant. 70s. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, with Alice's.
The 80s episode. Well, no, I mean the 80s one. She just kind of dies. So I didn't like that much about
the Ouija board one.
Yeah,
that one was fine.
It was rushed.
Yeah. But
both that and her breaking the spell was rushed. I just honestly didn't really care for her character, but I did like that about the finale, that they had her like get taken by death.
Oh yeah,
that was a nice little scene to close her off. I did like that. I didn't. I can't believe I'm saying this because I told you this throughout the whole show, but I kind of hope we see more of the other witch. I didn't like her at first, but now that he has the potion witch, I forgot her name.
She's the potions and something else witch.
But yeah, like now that she has her powers back, and I kind of hope we see her again. I just didn't really like her through the show that much, but
I, honest to God,
I'd be open to see her more.
Other than Billy, Lily is the
greatest witch of the whole show.
She
was the best character.
Awesome.
She was the best acted, best written, and just most interesting character of the whole show.
That episode is seriously one of my favorite things in a Marvel.
I hope she wins her Emmy.
Thing. I didn't think about that. She will.
She better win her Emmy for this.
She fucking killed it.
She only has a Tony, right now?
Wikipedia, who the fuck are you asking?
I don't know if you know this type of shit. It's music.
I'm not a best Broadway. That's theater.
I don't know if
that's
you knew.
More a you thing. I like
not
musicals.
Really. I don't really like.
But I'm not a Broadway guy.
I'm not a Broadway guy either. I'm film and television.
Would I do Broadway? Yeah. But I fucking dude. They wouldn't let me up there. I'd drop an F-bomb.
I would really want to do it, but I don't think I'm ready for it. I would need extensive training before
you need some acting gigs first.
Well, yeah. There's other people that can just get onto Broadway through like extensive trying and shit like that. So
that's true.
But yeah, I think I saw somewhere that she has her Tony. I hope she gets her Emmy and starts working towards that EGOT.
But that show was great.
Get her an Oscar.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. We're done.
Okay.
Stream Black Coffee once again. Milking that. Do it. Send this to Magdalena Bay. Actually, don't. No, don't.
If you know them, please do. I would love to hear.
I
would love to hear about this. If anybody knows them,
please
get out.
Don't. I actually
reach out to them with this. I would love to see that. Please do that. Don't listen to him.
Outro. I have been. I'm
hosting this one,
star.
so you fucking listen to me.
I have been your favorite future pop star, Landyn Zane. Outro.
What?
Go. Who are you? Say your name.
Oh. I'm Sebastian Miquilarena. Hopefully, your favorite future actor one day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Please don't tag them. That's it.